Hi guys. So, I have big plans, and now I'm going to try to squeeze it in between partying with some loved ones, friends like family, and getting some work done and spending just time with my family. So here it goes. Your New Year's resolutions are going to fail. They're just not going to work. That makes me happy because after like the third week in January, you assholes get out of my gym, because seriously, get the fuck out of my gym so I can get on my equipment. It bothers me. But it's not going to make you happy if you have big plans to change drastically. Want to know why your New Year's resolutions won't work? Well, most of the time when we set goals for ourselves, we set all or none goals. All or none, nothing in between. So what happens? We set really big goals, really impractical goals. Goals that, like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds by Valentine's Day. That doesn't work. Sharon will tell you that. Or goals like, I'm going to work out 6 days a week, or even 5, because if you're not working out at all, you're not going to start working out 5 days a week. So, what other goals did we set? Weight loss, gym. You're going to quit smoking. You are going to stop drinking as much during the week. You are going to, what else? Anyone else got a goal they're working on, a New Year's resolution? Spend more time with family, cook more. That's mine every year. I'm going to cook more. And hey, Dave, fun fact, I'm actually at Mike's house, Mike Schneider's with Alex. So, haha, funny. Thanks. So, sorry, we went to college or high school together. So we set these goals that are really tough and really huge and based on our superego, our best self, our ideal self. And although they have the best of intentions, they're actually kind of the worst idea ever, because it's really tough to go all or none. I know you hold the whole 30 people, whatever. But then what happens when that time ends? Also, 30 days is a short period of time, and the truth is real change is a marathon and not a sprint. The other thing we do is we either don't seek accountability or we seek the wrong kind of accountability. For example, if you you announce on Facebook, you announce on social media, that's it, I am going to lose weight. Well, that's great, but weight loss is complicated. Or in June or July, I can't remember which one, I announced on Instagram, that's it, I am going to the gym 30 days in a row. 30 workouts, 30 days. I did that, but here's why. I like working out. Thank you. I like working out, and it's fun for me, and it's stress relieving, and I listen to podcasts, and I watch crappy television, and I feel like it's a great micromanagement. Time management. Oh, that's another popular goal. I'm going to manage my time better. I'm going to give up sweets. I'm going to give up dairy. I have heard that if I give up dairy, I will be like superhuman. I don't know, but I don't think I'm going to give up dairy because I think I'm superhuman with dairy. So what can we do in order to make our goals, make New Year's resolutions that are practical and attainable? Note, I did not say easily attainable, because again, change takes time. True change stays constant over time, space, and place. And also, we need to remember that it's a marathon, not a sprint. I don't run because fat people shouldn't run. It's my rule. Every time I run, I break something. But I do know that you've got to keep a moderate pace, unless you're like a professional sprinter. And you have to prepare for the long haul. It's also much like marriage. Don't pick fights all the time because it's a long haul thing, marathon, not a sprint. So what do? Here's the first step. Find someone you can be accountable to, someone real, like one person, maybe 2 people. weight the longest. This is not a Weight Watchers advertisement because the points and counting things like cuckoo pants crazy. But Weight Watchers, the reason they have the highest long-term success rates, and that's because you go to meetings and you weigh in every week, and you are accountable to not just the program, but to the people you meet in the program as well. Interestingly, that is also why, or similar to the reason why Jewish religion, we need a minyan, and after someone dies, you're supposed to go to that minyan for X amount of time, be it a month, a year. The idea is that here are other people that are accountable to keep you going, even when you don't want to keep going, whether that be after the death of a loved one or after, or, as you're struggling to lose weight and maybe you did everything right and your body's just doesn't want to do it. Salt or ghosts or who the fuck knows. I don't understand weight loss. Find someone real. A group is always better. So if you want to stop smoking, maybe find other people to stop smoking with. If you want to drink less, maybe you and your besties who always go for that, happy hour wine time, take up a hobby. It can be a dumb hobby. It can be getting your nails done. It can be pretty much anything. So it just has to be something where you have your people. And your people are with you, and your people are going to support you. What else? Well, let's first try to figure out why you want to stop or start XYZ. In psychology terms, ambivalence is equal parts wanting something and not wanting something. So it's like literally caught in the middle of a tug of war. Most of us are pretty fucking ambivalent about changing and about the changes we want to make. I would love to start drinking less. I think it would definitely help me lose weight and is also probably healthier and would make me feel less like a wino. But I really like my whiskey, and I really like the ability to turn off my brain at the end of a night or a long day or, on a date night or drinks with friends. So I'm conflicted. If you're going to make it a resolution, if you're going to decide to change, be honest with yourself about both sides of the issue, why you want to continue it and why you want to stop. And it's also not like a measuring thing, like let's weigh this versus that. It's not a pros and cons list and you get to do whoever wins. Really what it is it's a way of you being honest with you. That way you're prepared for the pitfalls that are going to come up along the way. If you know there's, if I know that at the end of the long day, that's when I'm going to want to drink, well, how about a nice hot bath? It is not the same, but I'm just saying, at least I've planned ahead for failures and pitfalls. What else? Ooh, what is this habit serving you? So this is similar to, being real about your ambivalence, but also sort of more insightful. I'm asking you to look a little deeper into yourself. Why? Okay, so you want to go to the gym, but you'd much rather stay home and watch The Real Housewives. You can actually do both, solution. But what is that luxury of giving yourself a break, of not going to the gym? Is this some sort of deep-seated childhood issue where you don't want to appear vain, or you're concerned that you will be just like your mom, brother, sister? Is this, are you trying to hide yourself? Do you not want to go to the gym because you're not comfortable with your body and you don't want other people to see you at the gym? Do you not want to go to the gym because you have some sort of past sexual or otherwise trauma and you're worried or feel guilty that somehow paying attention to your body is what caused this awful thing to happen to you? Okay, fine, you could just be lazy, but most of us aren't honest with ourselves or honest enough about the real reason we don't change when we want to, or when we want to. No one really wants to change. It's tough as shit. So look deep into yourself. If you have to see a therapist, see a therapist. If you need me to read your mind, or go see a psychic or a fortune teller or a medium or tarot card readers, maybe possibly a hypnotist, fine, do it. Whatever it is, you need to think through the deeper reason before you attempt this change and make this whole, New Year's resolution, because 98% of New Year's resolutions fail. Side note, I made that stat up, but someone defy me. Someone prove me wrong. You can't. Every year we say we're going to do something different, and how many of us actually do? Let's see. Oh, yes. Okay. Something that can help is, it's sort of like a risk benefit or cost benefit, investment, risk, cost, risk, short term, long term. I got nothing. I'm not a math person, as you know. Try to figure out what short term risks, thanks, Eric, what short term risks are around for you're willing to sacrifice in order for long term gains. So, for example, smoking. Yes, the short term, you get to get your nicotine fix and, feel good or balanced or heard or seen or hang with the cool people outside. But here's a little secret. Half of the relaxation of smoking is actually just deep breathing. Your body doesn't know that. Your brain thinks it's the nicotine, and eventually it does become the nicotine. But if you go outside and breathe the same way you do when you have a cigarette, you're getting about 50 to 75% of the benefit without the whole cancer thing. So that's something to try. Figure out in the short term, is my not getting to have my nicotine fix worth living? It's an easy one. The same goes for dieting, though. I don't have this cookie now, but a week from now or a month from now, how am I going to feel? How will my world be different? And is it worth it? Short term versus long term. Now versus a week from now, a month from now, a year from now. It's too easy to get distracted by the little data points. So children and teenagers, they tend to think that every bad thing is the end of the world. Why? Well, in part because they only have so many data points or experiences. As adults, we know by now that the world is full of data points, and the more data points we have, the better able we are, statistically speaking, to extrapolate actual valid information, insightful details, knowledge. If you only know what it's like to want a cigarette for one day, you only have one experience and it doesn't feel worth it. If you go a week and you notice that you're huffing and puffing less climbing the stairs, maybe it's worth it. Get enough days or data points out under your belt to figure out if this is a resolution that you want to stick to. Does that mean go in ready to fail? No. Go in ready to distract, ready to ask for help, and remembering marathon, not sprint. And finally, the toughest thing for us to do as humans, and the thing that we should really all be doing, and this should be all of our resolutions, and yet I bet none of you will make this a resolution, is forgive yourself when you fuck up. Forgive yourself when you fail. We are all really hard on ourselves as humans, as people, as moms, as therapists, as jewelry designers, as teachers, as probably as grief counselors too. We are all really tough on ourselves and our ability to be perfect. And we want to be perfect. Who the hell doesn't? Actually, I don't think I do, because it looks exhausting. And I don't think I would remember to do all the things perfect people do. So it just looks exhausting. So instead of making a New Year's resolution and then feeling like shit by the third week in February when you fuck it up, why don't you make your New Year's resolution to forgive yourself when you do make mistakes, to forgive yourself when you eat that donut or you have that one cigarette, and start again. Because diets don't have to start on Mondays. It's a thing. It's a law, I think. And you know, New Year's resolutions or changes don't have to start on New Year's. I mean, first of all, let's be honest, mine never starts the day after New Year's because I'm kind of hungover. And second of all, we have every hour of every day where we are capable of changing. One of my favorite people, Sharon, likes to say that a bad meal does not mean a bad day, and it's 100% true. And I think a bad moment or a weak moment makes us human, and we got to keep going and forgive ourselves. So be kinder to yourselves. Or, as Batman would say, why do we fall down? So we can get back up again. I thank you guys for listening. As I said, I am lucky enough to be spending this new year with some very old friends, and our children are playing as if they were cousins. So I hope you have a wonderful New Year. I hope you don't make a shitty New Year's resolution, and I hope you take the time to listen to the Neurotic Nourishment Podcast. Join the Neurotic Nourishment Podcast patreon.com/neurotic nourishment. And I will be spending the evening with, humorously, Mike Schneider and Alex Shearer and their lovely wives and children. And so I think it's proof that you can always go home, you can always find family, and even small high schools can stick together. Make smarter New Year's resolutions, or throw caution to the wind and don't make a New Year's resolution. Make a Groundhog's Day resolution, because that way no one's going to fucking ask you what your resolution is. Thanks, guys. Have fun.